up! Oh, my God!
The morning show's over, but they're still talking.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
It's Liz and Scotty's Poddy.
And I know it's going to be a good day when Liz is wearing a shacket.
Always.
I think that's my favorite new piece of apparel.
Is a shacket?
Is a shacket. And not just with you. You were the first person I ever, paid attention and learned the name of them. But I see them now all the time. It's kind of like, when you get a new car, you notice all the other cars that are like yours. Mm-hmm. After you pointed out to me a shacket, now I notice them everywhere. You doing good, Elizabeth?
I'm great. How about you?
Good. Welcome to Liz and Scotty's Poddy. We tell you all the time there's all kinds of different stuff we do. Sometimes it's a recap of the week. Sometimes it's a particular topic that we have that kind of runs away with itself, which is always fun. But also, whenever we have an interview, and we had one of those today as we record this today with a guy named Roman Alexander.
Yeah, he was coming to Rose Music Hall, and he had a song that went completely viral on TikTok called Missouri on My Mind, and it's kind of just an ode to Missouri football.
So we kind of asked him about where all that started. First of all, where he grew up. If you write a song called Missouri on My Mind, we assume you're a Missouri kid. Mm-hmm. But we didn't know. We hadn't met him yet, so we had a chance to visit. So kind of how we set this up is we talked on the air a couple of times, and then we did a Facebook Live, but it started this way with Roman in the studio. Folks, say good morning and hello to Roman Alexander. How are you, sir?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. It's good to have you here. We've been looking forward to this morning because you've made quite a stir in Mizzou Nation. And as we were just sitting here visiting off the air, what a great year to do it, right?
Yeah.
When they go 10-2, that makes a difference, doesn't it?
And I was telling you guys before we were on the air, it's like I wrote the song in July.
Right.
So I really wasn't anticipating. I knew it was going to be a good season, but I wasn't anticipating this good of a season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely really cool to have the song out during this time.
When October brings the cold, we paint these streets black and gold. It happens every year about this time. I get Missouri on my mind.
Well, we've been talking about it, and you can see the video, hear the song at clear99.com. You can also get a link to the show tonight at Rose Music Hall, and do that while you're listening. We just wanted to get to know you a little bit, and we'll get to the Mizzou stuff here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the beginning. Why are you a Mizzou fan? We're just assuming that you're a Missouri kid. Is that right?
Yeah, I was born and raised right outside Kansas City. So I grew up around a lot of K-State and KU fans, and I guess I chose the better half.
There you go.
You did.
Yeah, my family pretty much all graduated from Mizzou, and I grew up a big Missouri Tigers fan. So much so that my grandfather actually had Truman the Tiger painted on the side of his tank in Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah, and had a Missouri flag hanging from the tank. So, I guess there's a lot of Missouri pride there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. And so born and raised there? Is that spent all your time as a kid there in Kansas City?
Spent all my time. Spent summers down at the Lake of the Ozarks with my grandparents, and my family. My mom's side's from St. Louis, so yeah, Missouri boy through and through. And I guess I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mizzou fan, and we found out a St. Louis Cardinal baseball fan too.
Yeah,
so
I really should have been from St. Louis, I guess, but
But you get extra bonus points in this room.
Yeah,
So.
I do.
I was going to say, Liz's eyes lit up quite a bit. So you grew up in Kansas City, and we were talking about, did you go to school? No, you're one of those guys, first chance you got, turned 18, you went to Nashville, right?
Yeah, I moved to Nashville right when I turned 18. Told my mom 2 days before I left for Nashville. So this is 2015 when I graduated high school. And she was a little shocked, that I wanted to go. She knew I wanted to do it, but the options were to go to the military or to go to Nashville, and found myself, doing the typical sob story of washing cars and sleeping in your car and doing the whole thing you had to do to get the job done. And social media was a thing, was really coming up at the time. So ended up becoming a merch guy for Shenandoah, Easton Corbin, and Jody Messina. Okay. So I traveled the country with them on a tour bus, and I kind of figured if I'd get tired of doing that, then it probably is a sign that I probably shouldn't be an artist.
Right.
Because all I ever wanted to be. I didn't really know you could get paid to write songs, per se. So did that. And then next thing you know, I'm landing myself a pub deal and touring the country. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the merch thing, because I find this interesting. This is most of us think, okay, you're the guy who sells T-shirts and stuff like that. I'm assuming there's more to the job than that. Do you have to like load, unload all the boxes? What is your responsibility if you go to a town and you get there? What do you have to do as the merch guy?
Depends on the artist you're with. So if you're with a smaller act, or like some of the legacy acts like Shenandoah, they have a lot of their own teams. So yeah, I was kind of tour managing a little bit, and I was carrying on, a lot of the boxes and stuff like that. But when it came to like Easton Corbin, we had a little bit bigger production, so we had sellers. I just basically dropped the boxes off, and then they would sell the shirts for me, which is really cool. Right. And I get to wake up around 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was a pretty easy job.
Yeah.
Some days I really wish I had it again, but
I would think, just guessing, but I would think that would be a great position to kind of see how all of that works.
Yes.
Like a tour, and if you're a guy who wants to be an artist like you are, that down the line, probably a lot of lessons that you learn just from the simple stuff like loading in to people handling their business and all of that. It's probably a great learning experience, I would think.
To me, it taught me to be a leader more than anything, because I learned how to communicate with people, how to communicate with venues. There's certain ways you speak to people and don't speak to people. And, I think a lot of, also too, being from the Midwest, I think a lot of our morals are really based on just being a good person and being honest. And so I learned a lot through doing that job based on that. And it was a lot of buddy and hanging out, and, a lot of just making connects that way. So it was a really great job, and I still am really close to all the people I worked with.
That's cool. Well, just so there's a long line of people who started out as merch people and went on to be country stars. We've gotten to interview Cole Swindell a few times.
Same company we worked for.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he used to come here as Luke Bryan's merch guy when he came to the Blue Note downtown. He's been there, and Martina McBride used to do it and all of that
for
too.
Garth.
So.
I was told, in no shade to Cole, because he's a great guy, but that he was, and he'll even tell you, he probably wasn't the best merch guy in the whole entire world, because he was young and he was single, and, and he was. You're around Luke Bryan,
exactly,
having a good time. So,
Right.
it was a great job, though. Those are great guys.
And you're going to be at Rose Music Hall tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Have you ever played there before?
I used to bug them when I was in high school. I used to do anything I could to get up there and play in Columbia, because I wanted to play for all the sorority girls and do that whole thing,
Right.
And so, sure enough, I played up there a few times when I was in high school, and this will be my first time coming back as like a country artist,
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's funny. You even had to pause as you said it a little bit. It's like you're still getting used to saying it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still, at first, when you get your pub deal, you're a songwriter, and then now I get to say I'm an artist, which is really cool,
Right.
So I'm very thankful for it each day.
Okay. Roman Alexander, we are talking with him. He will be at Rose Music Hall tonight. You can get tickets at clear99.com. We're going to talk about Missouri on My Mind, the song he wrote that got a lot of attention with Missouri Tiger fans, including the Missouri football team, and how all that came about this morning with Liz and Scotty and today's Best Country Clear 99.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't wear Kentucky blue or Georgia red. Wouldn't catch me dead, same rock jock in these stands. Something in them stadium lights, a few big birds before halftime. My heart racing like it's 4 and 5 on a little Saturday night.
We're visiting with Roman Alexander, who's going to be at the Rose Music Hall later on this evening with Liz and Scotty in the morning.
You can get tickets for the show. The link is at clear99.com. You can also see the really cool video, which we've mentioned and are about to talk about a little bit more. Kind of the one that got Roman a lot of attention, at least with Missouri Tiger fans. He wrote a song about Missouri. It's called Missouri on My Mind. And it basically talks about all of the things around a Mizzou football game. I'm guessing you came to games as a kid. Is kind of where that started?
Yeah, I started as a kid, and then I, in high school, I'd come up here to, play shows at Rose back in the day. And then, I dated a girl here, so I was here every single weekend.
Right.
So she was a dancer on the dance team, so I'd go to football games often. Yeah.
Okay.
What inspired you to write this song then?
It was just, in Nashville, in the community, you hear a whole lot of songs about SEC teams, and Missouri didn't have that. And for the longest time, I was like, I'm going to write a song about the Missouri Tigers one of these days, and you'd be surprised by the amount of songwriters who are like, that's not going to work. Yeah, don't do that. Come on. You know, it's not Alabama, it's not Tennessee. And I was like, I'm still going to do it. So in July, I went in and I found, my buddy who actually happens to be from Kansas City as well, who's has had some success as a songwriter, and then another guy who's from Iowa. So his colors are black and yellow. I'm like, well, we kind of have something in common here. We should be able to write a song. And sure enough, we were able to knock that song out that day. And it's what you have now.
Okay. And you said that at that point, what you had first was just a demo.
Yeah.
And you were explaining, if you're a songwriter, you do a demo, and then that's kind of what they show to people so that they can hear it and see if they want to cut it or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a great version.
No, it's the one that you can hear on TikTok still.
Okay.
Really?
I have the actual original, or the original version was the first video that popped off. And I was trying to prove to my label that I want to put it out. Like, let me put it out, because they didn't understand. It's like they're not Missouri Tiger fans, rightfully so. They're in Nashville.
It's a very regional thing.
It is, and sure enough, it popped off, and then the football team contacted me. And next thing you know, I was like, okay, we got to record this and put it out. And so we did the final master to it. So
That's cool. What was that phone call like? Just call up and say, we've heard your song, we want to use it. How'd that go?
Well, so I shout out to them, because the Tony Daniel, who is one of the marketing guys over at the athletic department, is a fantastic guy. Yeah. I remember just emailing him the song, and I just sent it to him, and I was like, "What do you think?" And he responded back. He's like, "This would be great for morale. You need to release a song." And I was like, "Well, good luck convincing my team to do that, 'cause
right.
we're slotted for releases all fall." And then we got a call from the recruiting department for the football team, and they were like, we need this song. I was like, okay, you got it.
That's nice.
So it was really cool.
And, man, they did such a beautiful job putting it together, too. We were talking about that earlier this morning. It kind of captures what the song's talking about, because it's got old school stuff in there, and not quite black and white footage, but almost, and even stuff from this season as well. It just kind of gives you, if you're a Tiger fan, again, it just kind of gives you chills a little bit watching.
I don't cry. I don't. Right. I do, but I really, it's been a long time, and that video got me choked up. It was cool, because it was just reminding me of just being a kid and all the things that, like, my grandparents, their generation of being Tiger fans, and, it reminds me of, like, how good it is to be from Missouri and how good the people are and how loyal they are. Missouri fans are super loyal. We've been through a lot of highs and lows as Missouri fans, and so, to be on a high right now is really cool, and everybody still has the same attitude.
Yeah, it's great. And we mentioned this earlier. It doesn't hurt for all of this to happen right before they have a 10-2 season. If they go 6-6, maybe nobody ever hears this song. You know what I mean? It's just it's cool when it works out this way.
I'm glad I wrote it before the season started, because had I released the song after the season and went into the next year, people have been like, "Oh, he only wrote it because they had a great season last year." So I'm glad we rolled into it this way.
What does your record label think of the song now?
They love it.
Yeah.
Of course they love it. I would hope so, maybe, but this girl standing behind me is my day-to-day manager, and so she's been my champion. So, she did the convincing, and we got the job done.
That's awesome. That's
great. All right, Roman Alexander is going to be at Rose Music Hall tonight. Get your tickets right now. The link is at clear99.com. Take a look at that video if you would like to, too, if you haven't seen it, because it really, really is cool, guys. It'll give you chill bumps if you're a Tiger fan especially. And we are about to just go on Facebook and do a little live mini concert. Roman's going to do a couple of songs for us, and just live here in the studio. So where did you decide, Elizabeth, where we're going to do that?
Yeah, I think we're going to do it on the Clear 99 Facebook page.
Okay. Just get over to Clear 99 Facebook. Give us a minute or two to get things settled, and you can hear some live music. Man, thanks so much. Great to meet you, first of all.
Y'all. Thank you so much. Can't wait to be back.
Yeah, have a great time tonight at Rose Music Hall. And stay in touch. Let us know what's happening with you, because we'd love to follow from up here. And we're just a small town station, but if we can do anything to help, let us know. Okay?
I listened to Clear 99 plenty of times coming from St. Louis, driving through St. Louis to get from Nashville back here. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, again, go to clear99.com, find out more about Roman Alexander, and then get on over to the Clear 99 Facebook page, and we'll be live here in just a few minutes.
7 months. Yeah, I've waited 7 months to wear this tea. M-I-Z, yeah, that's my team. An empty lot turns to a crowd. Open signs all turn around. This college town comes alive when all them pretty girls lie stadium drive. Something in them stadium lights, the 3-beat buzz before halftime. My heart racing like it's 4th and 5 on a Midwest Saturday night. When October brings the cold, we paint these streets black and gold. It happens every year about this time. I get Missouri on my mind. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't wear Kentucky blue or Georgia red. Wouldn't catch me dead saying rock chalk in these stands. Something in them stadium lights, the 3-beat buzz before halftime. My heart racing like it's 4th and 5 on a Midwest Saturday night. When October brings the cold, we paint these streets black and gold. It happens every year about this time. I get Missouri on my mind. Oh, Missouri on my mind. Something in them stadium lights, the 3-beat buzz before halftime. My heart racing like it's 4th and 5 on a Midwest Saturday night. Even though it brings the cold, we paint these streets black and gold. It happens every year about this time. I get Missouri on my mind.
That's a little bit.
Fantastic.
That's good. That's good.
It was a Monday night, I was killing time. You were sitting about 5 seats down, with your hair pulled back, all dressed in black. You stood out in this crowd. After my first drink, I did the right thing and sit about 3 seats over. You looked my way as if to say, it's okay, boy, move a little closer. And I said, yeah, I'm in old fashion, you're in Manhattan, sitting in a smoky downtown bar. You ever been to LA, drove across the country in some car that barely starts? There's a shine in your eye telling me that you might just want me to take you home. At the same time, girl, I ain't got no expectations. These are just cocktail conversations. Oh, yeah. You asked me where I was from and why I got that Elvis tattoo. I said my old man is an Elvis fan and my granddad was one too. I asked you why a girl like you would think you're on your own. You smiled and waited, took a sip of my drink and said, boy, I ain't you alone. You're an old fashioned, I'm a Manhattan, sitting in a smoky downtown bar. You ever been to LA, drove across the country, in some car that barely starts? There's a shine in your eye telling me that you might just want to take me home. At the same time, boy, I ain't got no expectations. These are just cocktail conversations. Oh, yeah. And whoa, there's no telling where this might lead. Oh, I know what brought you here to me. 'Cause I'm an old fashioned, you're Manhattan, sitting in a smoky downtown bar. You ever been to LA, drove across the country, in some car that barely starts? There's a shine in your eye telling me that you might just want me to take you home. At the same time, girl, I ain't got no expectations. These are just cocktail conversations. Oh, these are just cocktail conversations.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Roman Alexander at Rose Music Hall tonight, in Kansas City tomorrow night, right?
Kansas City tomorrow night. PBR Big Sky in KC.
Okay.
So, yeah, Power and Light.
Oh, nice. Powerline. Okay, your socials, real easy to find, I'm guessing?
Yeah, just Roman Alexander Music.
Okay.
That's it.
Roman Alexander.
Straightforward.
All right. Find him, follow him, and again, check him out tonight if you want tickets to tonight's show. They're at clear99.com. Find his stuff. I'm sure you can see him in Kansas City, too. So thanks, man. It's been a
I
pleasure.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much.
You bet.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Roman Alexander, guys. That was fun. We don't get to do that very often.
I know. I really appreciated him coming by, and I mean, he performed amazing stuff.
Yeah. As Liz said after he left, we need to do that more often. And we kind of do. We do it when we can, but it's always up to the artist, as much as anything. So, and that's the thing too. You're not going to get Kenny Chesney to come to your studio.
Right.
It's going to be, an up and comer who's just out there working hard, trying to get it done. So that was fun. We appreciate Roman and all his people for making that happen, and we appreciate you searching out and finding Liz and Scotty's Poddy.
It's really simple to do so if you haven't yet and you just so happen to stumble across this one. But just search for Clear 99 on demand wherever you get podcasts, whether that be Google, Apple, or Spotify. We also have a fancy brand new Clear 99 app that you can download, or just the OG of OGs, the Clear 99 website.
That's right. Just look for the podcast section, and it's all right there. And as we always like to say, you can always just listen to the radio, too. Weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10. It's Liz and Scotty in the morning on today's Best Country, Clear 99.
Liz and Scotty in the morning.
Hi, in my opinion, one of the greatest Christmas music bands is actually Rascal Flatts.
Oh!
Jordan, I love you!
Oh!
But I have one more thing. Liz, I've actually met Brett Eldredge in a country concert in 2014.
Uh-huh.
And I have an autograph on my ticket hidden in a Duck Dynasty devotional book.
Oh, my God. I am so jealous.
Jordan, what are you sucking up for? Are you trying to win the $500 survey or something?
Oh, no, there's no chance I'm going to win that.
You know what? I would like to break down. We could write a country song about keeping a concert ticket autographed by the artist in a Duck Dynasty devotional book. What is more country music than that?
Well, I am from a small town, so I
There
guess
we
it
go.
makes sense.